Hello and welcome to Rhythm and Wit. My name is David Steele, and this is another episode of Creative Inclinations. This is the podcast where we talk about art, music, culture, entertainment, and more. And today we have a very special episode because we have an entire band with us. We have Pineapple Willows.
Wait, that's us.
Hello.
Wait, whoa. Oh my God.
Yes, we have.
Hello, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
Pineapple Willows is a three-piece queer, emo, indie, shoegaze, pop rock band from Oklahoma City. And you guys want to kind of go around and introduce yourselves and what you guys play in the band?
Oh, well, I am Dante. I kind of fiddle with a guitar and sing and all that jazz.
And then who wants to go next?
Yeah, I'm Andy. I play the drums, and every once in a while I sing on stage with a fake microphone. And it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Also.
And I'm Zach. I play bass. I do backing vocals. And I try to make things look cool.
Real.
Awesome. Yeah, so, and I know, Zach, you're kind of the newest member. And then obviously Dante's been the main driving force since 2019, isn't that right?
Stonehenge at this point. I am the Stonehenge.
Which is cool. I've always liked it because like you've kept this project going for that long, basically on your own with very different or several different lineups with people coming back and leaving again.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, it's cool that you guys have a solid lineup now and are doing a lot. I feel like more than I've ever seen you do with this group as far as going on a tour. You just got back on kind of a short tour, but you did I don't know how many. I saw that there was like 5 states.
We did 5 states.
In like 5 days, basically.
5 days,
right,
we did.
Yeah.
It was like, we had 5 shows, but I think we played 2 in Kansas.
Okay.
So, but yeah, pretty much a decent amount of states.
Missouri.
Maybe it was 4.
It was Kansas City.
It was Kansas City. Might as well have been Missouri, though.
Kansas and Missouri.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
The same.
Might as well have been Missouri.
2 for 1.
So 4.5-ish
Nice,
states.
okay.
Yeah.
Kansas City is like right on the border
Right.
of Kansas, and it's in Missouri technically, but like I swear a suburb on the west side.
God
is in
bless the
Kansas.
interstate.
And it doesn't look at all like the rest of Kansas.
Right. No, yeah.
So it might as well be.
I have a brother that lives there for sure, and I've been there before.
Yeah.
Kansas City, it's a great town, actually.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really
Never
nice.
been there before, and I was like,
It's
I like
nice.
this place.
I feel like it's similar to Oklahoma City in some ways. I mean, just maybe like the demographics or something too. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for
And
sure.
just, I don't know, but yeah, it's a cool place. So yeah, you guys, thanks for coming. This is going to be a fun conversation.
Thank you for having
You
us.
also have speaking of the tour, but you just released a full album for the Gayze.
Yeah.
It's
We
out
released
now.
an album called For the Gayze.
Everyone,
What?
go listen to it. It's really good. We'll definitely talk a lot more about that later in the episode. But so yeah, everybody follow Pineapple Willows official on Instagram or visit pineapplewillows.net for all of the information about the group. So first, I'd like to get into on this podcast. I like to kind of it's called Creative Inclinations. Is kind of talking about creativity or talking about what inspires you to play and things like that. It's kind of like where I would like to start, anyways. So I always like to ask certain questions about. Usually it's one-on-one, so it's a little bit easier. Today we have 3 people, but I want to go through each of you guys. I think I'd like to start with Andy.
Oh, God. I feel the honor.
So yeah, and I think we can kind of each maybe go through. I don't know if we want to do one by one. We kind of stick with. So first question is did you grow up in Oklahoma or where did you grow up?
I grew up in a lot of different places,
Okay,
actually.
moved
I was
around a
born in
lot.
Kansas.
Okay.
And then my family moved around quite a bit.
Yeah.
I lived on a place called Palau.
Shout out to Palau.
It's a really beautiful spot for about 2 years, and then I moved to Oklahoma. So
Okay.
I've lived in it like the majority of my life.
Right.
But I before the age of 10, I was like kind of in Oklahoma and kind of not. I lived other places, but
Right.
mostly in Oklahoma.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm always curious because I think that usually where you grow up has some kind of effect on what you do with, creativity or music or whatever. So, can you remember one of the earliest memories of you wanting to play music, or kind of when did you get started with?
Yeah, I mean, I got started when I was 10 years old.
Okay.
And as far as like a super driving passion, my dad, we play a lot of music in my family, and so he decided that we needed someone in the family to play drums because everybody else played guitar.
Okay.
And so
you kind of had to fill in the role.
he said that well, he didn't. He very much encouraged me to play drums.
Right.
I showed like interest in it, like as a kid, you know, bang on tables and whatnot. But whenever he saw that I was like interested in it, he's like, yeah, do it. And he promised me he would get me a dog if I stayed there for like. I was thinking of quitting, and he promised me he would give me a dog.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Well.
But I did keep playing.
Yeah.
So
Do you want me to get you a dog?
if you can be my dad and give me a dog, that'd be awesome.
No, that's the trick.
I would
is
appreciate that.
if you want him to do something, all you have to do is tell him you're going to give him a dog. You don't actually. Have to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck. The dog went to live on a farm.
Right.
So have you ever had a dog? I'm curious.
Yeah. We did get a dog at
eventually.
one point, but it wasn't because of that.
Right.
It was.
You're like, I'm still waiting on that dog.
I am still waiting. He does owe me one. He does owe me one. I actually do.
funny.
I have a notebook, and Dad still owes me a dog, and it's like check. Still, I'm waiting to cross that off. But
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So so
you can only do so much.
So what were I guess your family was probably a lot of the influence, like especially growing up with a musical family. But what about like outside influences, or like who did you listen to or kind of emulate as a kid?
I have a bad answer to this.
Yeah.
Zach knows I have a bad answer to this.
You say fish, I'm walking in.
No. So for a really long time. So first, me and Zach used to play in a band together when we were like in high school.
I didn't
and earlier.
realize that. So that's how you brought him into
that's
Pineapple.
how I know him. And my answer was whatever our band was playing.
Yeah.
And nothing else other than that.
Oh, you just
So I didn't really have much of a musical taste when I was growing
Right.
up. I didn't. My dad would like sing stuff around the
Right.
house, and that was cool. And like I would hear stuff, but I didn't really care for a whole lot of it.
It wasn't anything that you're like, oh, I want to be like this band or
No,
this drummer.
no, there really wasn't. So that's why I say I have a bad
that's
answer to
interesting.
this.
I kind of like that answer though, because I think it's like I don't know.
It's so funny.
I tend to idolize like specific songs
Yeah.
more than I do groups or anything. So like for a really long time I was really super interested in roundabouts.
Oh yeah.
I played and listened to that song and just played it for like 2 or 3
Right.
years. I just sit there in my room and play roundabout because I love the sound of Yes and I love the sound of that song. So like, but that was like much later. That was much later in my career.
Kind of like probably high school or like
Yeah.
That's like usually that's when I found classic rock was like high school. It's like, oh my god, there's so much cool music from the 70s.
But like it really was like I was playing music from like 10, and I really only started really enjoying it when I was like 16.
Okay,
but
that's kind of
I didn't really have a taste.
That's like
in
a
it.
lot of kids grow up playing piano because they're like forced to play piano, but then it's like just kind of as like a kid hobby, whatever, a sport or whatever that you're forced
So
to do.
anyways, I can play Crocodile Rock.
Yeah, the drums is a bad one to do that for because you don't know anything that the drummer is playing. They're like banging stuff. The only thing you can tell is if it's like
like super iconic.
like
Incredibly iconic.
Phil Collins.
You can tell that. But
so what about now? I guess you mentioned like, is it like progressive rock? Do you like that a lot?
Yeah, I love
Sticks.
I love a lot of the progressive rock stuff. Actually, while we were in the car, I think we not really progressive of rock, but we did listen to all of Wolfpack's discography. The entire I don't know how long it was, but it was at least like
3 hours of
it was
material.
longer than that. I think it was like 5 hours
Yeah.
of
Was it
of
5?
that.
They have like 6 studio albums.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
we
fair.
listened to pretty much all of their stuff, and so I really like that. And that
Cool, yeah.
progressive
Kind
rock.
of makes sense as a drummer, I think, because they have some. That's like the most unique or interesting drum beats in that style of music.
That and then Snarky Puppy, I think.
Yeah.
I really love a lot of their stuff. They were in OKC a while ago. I sadly did not get to go see them, but
Okay,
I really wanted to. And like Scary Pockets, also as my favorite cover band. It's a soft spot in my heart for cover bands.
Yeah.
So they're really good.
Cool.
Also, co-owner of Patreon is in that band.
Oh, interesting.
It's the reason why Patreon was founded, or I don't know if it's the reason, but part of the reason.
Yeah, because they were looking for a solution to make money.
For monetization. So
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
It's a good story. I didn't know. I mean, obviously I know about Patreon, but I didn't know where it came from. It just was here one day.
It's created by a musician.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
God.
a
Thank you,
cool
Jack
story.
Conti.
I need to look into
I
that.
think that's how you say his name.
I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah. Awesome. That's definitely cool to hear that about your history. What about you, Zach? Did you? Yeah, I guess you probably went to school with Andy in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I'm a Normanite through and through.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Norman, and I have lived in Norman my whole life.
Cool. So you kind of grew up there and played there. When did you start playing?
Oh, super young.
Yeah.
So even as a kid, I had this affinity for music. Like I was in choir throughout pretty much all of school, and my parents for Christmas bought me a guitar in like the second grade, and I started playing in like the second grade and continued playing throughout most of my life.
Yeah, can always. But I didn't know that. I guess because obviously I know you as a bass player, but you play guitar, sing.
I do.
bass.
Yeah. I made the switch to bass about 5-ish years ago, and I haven't looked back ever since.
Yeah. Okay. So you like that one? You
Oh,
don't ever
yeah,
play-
way more.
touch the guitar as
yeah.
much. I've been playing bass for like 20 years, and that's the only instrument that I've ever played.
Yeah.
I can play a little drums, like I can play a drum beat. I did learn that. As far as that was not easy though. As far as like, doing the different movements with your hands.
It's the feet.
legs.
It's the feet that gets me.
And
I can
doing
do two.
different things
I can do
with
two
them. Yeah,
limbs. I
it's
can't do
tough.
4.
Me neither. I'm still trying to work that one out too. I'm still trying to work out how to do like, rubbing your head and
Head,
patting your
shoulders,
stomach.
knees.
Yeah,
toes.
still looking for that.
No,
I'm blessed because I got to play with 2 great bassists, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting at the table with them. I'm like, hell yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, as a bass player, it's like I just love that instrument. Obviously,
yeah.
so it's like something
yeah.
about the rhythm because I love the rhythm. I think of music, and that's why I've always said this. Like, I think that I actually like drums the most. As like I like listening to drums, like in that kind of steady beat. But that's why I'm a good bass player because I'm focusing more on the drums than anything else.
Y'all play because you like the low end. Don't
So-
lie.
They are like very cousin instruments.
It's like, and you have to. I think you have to appreciate drums and kind of really,
Yep.
it's something about the rhythm that is has to be important for you to play in the rhythm section. So
The pocket,
yeah,
if you will.
exactly. So I think that's cool. And then so you guys met in high school and started playing together.
Yeah, I think maybe a little before.
Yeah. We both went to the same music school.
Okay.
Norman Music Institute.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. I like to ask this about people that play or do anything, because some people, I've never taken a bass lesson in my life, like ever. Like I've online, I guess I've watched videos, but like I've never had a teacher or took any class. And I think a lot of musicians will do that. Did you ever take lessons at all?
Not a single
Yeah,
one.
so it's like a lot. I think almost most musicians are like that. But it's interesting that there are definitely people that go to school for it and do learn a lot.
Yeah. Norman Music Institute. It's not like it's a private kind of institution. They used to be a lot smaller.
I've heard of it. I'm sure I have.
I think
don't
it's one of
know
the
anything
bigger
about
ones
it, though.
in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
they have a program there, and it's very similar to like a just having a teacher be there with you. And I think the thing that sets it apart, though, is they have a program for rock clinics where they'll get people of similar skill level and put them all together to play
so you
songs.
can play together, because that's,
that is, I think, the hardest thing for beginner musicians is to find other people who are around their level and to have somebody else looking at them and saying, hey, like, this is how you should be. This is how you should conduct yourself as a band. I think that is really important. It's something that Norman Music Institute does really well. And so that's how we met. So I'm not from Norman, really. I'm from Moore.
Okay.
And so that's how we met, and along with some other friends.
Yeah, that's the original way that our band, a quote unquote band in high school formed.
That's where you guys started playing together in that little classroom band, and then actually took it out and played.
Absolutely.
We had a good time. We'd be like playing in bars and stuff at like 15. And I'd come home smelling like cigarettes, and my dad had to drive me home.
Right. so what was the name of y'all's group?
It's called NACO. It's ocean spelled backwards.
We were having a hard time trying to find a name, I think, for something we just...
For a really long time.
I think it was
That's unique, I mean...
I think it was even made before I think you joined. It was like... or maybe not, I don't know. Were you there whenever we made it?
Yeah.
That's
I think we had like
Nico's
kicked
a
out.
hard name though. TPH.
It's
a hard name.
I think I like anything that's like unique like that. I mean, it's because that's one of the things, being as many bands as I've been in. One of the worst parts about being in a band is coming up with the name.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
it's
at least
such an
you've had
important
one
part
that you've stuck with for a long time. You don't have to worry about that as much.
How did we even come to Stolen Cable?
I think I came up with it because I was just like, one of the things I've learned about coming up with band names is like, just take two like antiquated things and put them together.
That's a great method.
Real as hell.
That's a great method.
I appreciate like single word band names like Cake.
Yeah, well, that's like, I like them too,
Management.
but then like there's always, at this point, every name, every cool name that you can think of, you type it in Google and you're like, yep, somebody's done that. It's like, if you want something truly unique, you have to like make up a word,
true.
Which is fine. I think that's the best way to kind of stand out, is by having a unique name like that.
Absolutely.
So what was your influences, I guess? What did you try to emulate when you're...
Yeah, absolutely. My family was pretty musical, at least on my mom's side. My sister was through school. She was really into music. She was a singer as well. She was choral, and obviously growing up in the heart of the Bible Belt, we would go to church as kid.
So you sing a lot of church songs.
Yeah, we'd sing a lot of church songs and all that different stuff. And for a time, I played in the church band. I played guitar, like acoustic in the church band.
I always like that. I didn't grow up in church at all, but it's like I wouldn't mind doing a church band.
that is an awesome function.
It's a cool gig.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, and you get paid pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like every Sunday.
Our church band was voluntary. Actually, but I was doing it for the love of the game.
That is really like an awesome part. And then also like church music and gospel music have a really awesome like culture around them.
For sure.
I always like that
a
kind
lot of great drummers and musicians
type of gospel sound. I mean, I think that's a cool sound for sure.
Yeah, well, we were a very white church, so there wasn't really much of that soul.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it was fun. Yeah. And then,
there's a lot of experience, I think,
absolutely. And also like outside of church, my parents had all these classic rock CDs that we'd listen to in the car, like Foreigner and AC/DC and a bunch of different stuff that I grew up listening to stuff like that. I mean, I have Led Zeppelin tattooed on my arm. So
show the camera. Show the camera. Beautiful.
Right there.
Lifted like
yes.
Right there on my arm. You can kind of see it.
Sideways,
but
that's awesome.
And then as I started to get older, my horizons expanded. I was obviously in like late middle school, early high school. I was listening to a lot of like emo and pop punk and stuff like that. So I'd take inspiration from like Green Day and a bunch of different things. and we mentioned Wolfpack earlier. I'm pretty much the chief Wolfpack listener in the group. And I've taken a ton of inspiration from stuff like Joe Dart and Thundercat and stuff like that.
How do I look in my do-rag? Don't bother me.
And like even still, I'll take inspiration from stuff like Zubin Seggi of Tally Hall, and even now like progressive rock people like Geddy Lee or Chris Squire are huge inspirations of mine.
Rest in peace, Chris.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. So, I always like something I like about playing in bands is like you have, 3 to 5 people or more sometimes, but like you'll have each person in that group has different things that they grew up listening to and playing, and so it's like everyone takes those things and blends them into something hopefully new and unique. And so it's one of the most fun things about, and you guys' sound is definitely all over the place. A mix of so much.
We enjoy
it.
the charcuterie board.
Yeah, which I think is awesome. Because it's hard to even pinpoint. I mean, you can definitely hear like the shoegaze and indie rock influences and y'all stuff, but it's like, a lot in there, especially even the progressive. I never really thought about that, but it is kind of a lot of that. I mean, I know you take a lot of stuff from classic rock and blend it into sometimes straight up riffs.
Let's not talk about Spirit Shaker.
Don't listen to live Spirit Shaker.
Right. Well, like there was even some, I don't even know, because I listened to a lot. I listened to the album again today, and I listened to a lot of stuff. Obviously, I've heard everything you've done at some point already, but I was listening to some of the older stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's a riff from another song, I think.
The inspiration and stealing is a really blurry line.
Yeah, we wear our influences on our sleeve. I like to think.
We are fanboys.
Especially Beatles.
Yeah,
I know
baby.
that you're a huge Beatles guy. Are you guys into the Beatles? You're not?
No.
I thought you did. I guess
When I was a teenager, but
I guess maybe
I like the Beach Boys more these days than I like the Beatles.
I always was thinking that you had some Beatles influence in the music, but maybe it's just because everyone
older
does.
I think that was definitely more when Dylan was in the group.
That's what I'm confusing.
That man always had
like
a
the
good
Pineapple Willows
Paul McCartney
definitely
bass line
has.
for us. Yeah, always.
The Beatle.
Like Waitress, I'm in love with the Waitress is a perfect Beatles bass line.
I'm mad I didn't come up with that bass line.
That bass line
is
given
so good.
by the gods, by the universe.
Yeah.
He just got the perfect inspiration.
It's an amazing bass line. I can't believe I didn't come up with that. I'm mad I didn't come up with that.
Right.
For sure.
It's all good.
So we'll get to the final member, Dante. I know we've done a whole podcast with you, like maybe 2 years ago or something like that. But obviously, so people can definitely listen to that and learn probably a lot more about Dante. But yeah, I know you grew up here, right? In Moore, is that?
Mostly in Moore.
Yeah.
I'm from Florida.
Okay.
Grew up 3 years in Suffolk, England.
Oh, yeah.
And then came to Oklahoma. Went to Mississippi for 2 years, but I like to call myself an Okie.
Definitely spent the most time here.
I definitely, it's got its charm.
Yeah. And then
hesitantly. It's got its charm.
It's okay.
This is great parts here.
I'll take Oklahoma over Florida, though, man. I can't take hurricanes in the heat, but the beaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, you traded a hurricane for a tornado.
Real.
There's always that's the thing is like everywhere everyone has natural disasters, especially nowadays. Even
Chaos.
Right.
it's all over the place. So what was like? Do you remember like one of your earliest memories of wanting to play or get into music?
I was not interested in music when I was young. I really
Crazy.
I know. And it's crazy that, but when I look back at it, I was like, of course I was obsessed with music. I got ADHD and probably undiagnosed autism, and I would literally just hum Sonic video game soundtracks or Final Fantasy soundtracks in my head, or theme songs to like my favorite cartoons. And so that's where I'm like, it definitely started there unconsciously. Mm-hmm. And then
like you're always paying attention to it, whether or not you even realized it.
Literally, I would just hum them in perfect key. It's probably why I've got my perfect pitch, where it came from. And then I think I was about 14, and me and my dad went hunting one morning. This is where the memory started, when I was like, I want to play guitar. Mm-hmm. We were going hunting at like 2 a.m. I'm tired as shit. We got our coffees, whatever. And Dad plays Jukebox Hero by Foreigner for the first time. First time I heard that in my life. And as soon as I heard that, boom.
Wasn't that? I thought it was.
I was like, oh my God, I want to learn that. And then I heard Welcome to Paradise by Green Day, and I was like, I want to learn that. And then the final tipping straw was, unfortunately, but also fortunately for me, Oasis's Wonderwall. I was like, that sounds gorgeous. So my dad taught me some chords.
Okay, so I didn't realize he played. I met your parents before for sure. They're great. But yeah, I didn't know that. Did your mom play at all or sing or anything?
Not at all.
Yeah, but your dad played guitar. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, my family was the exact opposite. My mom was the musical one. My dad I don't think he has a musical bone in his body.
Yeah.
He couldn't sing along to a song if he wanted to.
That's funny.
Both my parents are musical, though my mom will say that she's not.
Yeah.
She will try to convince you. She'll try to worm tongue her way out of singing, but she is really good.
Yeah.
Worm tongue away. What a phrase.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I mean, I assumed I don't know. I guess I never asked you that before, but it's like I assumed you grew up singing because you're just such a good singer. Like I figured that came first.
Not at all. I think my range probably also comes from the fact that I would mimic a lot of my favorite characters or actors on TV.
Like voice acting type
Yeah,
stuff.
so I would just copy those all day long.
Interesting.
And I think that's where the dynamic range for my voice came from.
That's crazy. So yeah, you talked about some of your influences. Did you? And you were completely self-taught. I guess your dad taught you some stuff, and then you just took that.
He taught me some basic chords, and then I was like, okay, let me find an easy song to learn. And the first song I ever learned was "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd, which was perfect for me to start off on. Great song. And it's a great song, timeless.
Yeah.
And so from that point on, I took off from there, and then just kept going, and then started playing bass, and then started learning drums, and
Yeah, because you do play everything.
then the melodica. I just kept going.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm still going.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and then when did you? What was your first band? Because I guess you guys already talked about your first band.
Yeah, we were each
That was
other's
in
first
the-
band. I think,
Yeah, in the school. But what about you? Because I know that obviously Pineapple Willows started in 2019. Did you do anything before then?
Oh man!
Or is that kind of leading up to?
Well, the first time I played on stage with a band was like sophomore year of high school with a guy named Alex Henry playing bass, and then Brian Chilcote on drums, me on guitar, and we were playing Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
It was just like
We didn't
that.
even have a name.
nice.
So that, and then I started making my own stuff, and then joined a friend's band, a ukulele rock band called Just Average. And then that's where me and Dylan officially had
Okay.
met outside of high school. And then I showed him Hippocampus, and he was like, "Oh my God, let's start an indie band." And Pineapple Willows came right after.
Interesting, yeah.
Oh, and then I also played bass for Kylie Higgins, a local country singer in Oklahoma.
I think I remember that from our first podcast or something. I remember finding a clip of that even on your Facebook or something like that.
I got the picture there. I got
Yeah.
my shirt and my hat,
Yeah,
my Charvel bass.
That's crazy.
Adorable.
So yeah, Pineapple Willows was you and Dylan. Shout out Dylan, amazing bass player.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
And
Shout out
songwriter.
Dylan.
He's pretty cool. Guys, he is pretty cool.
Still doing all kinds of stuff. Well, he was in another group,
Oh, Diva.
Diva, but then now he's in the Beatles cover band with our very good
Called
friend Josh.
Offbeat. Follow them.
They're really good. Starting to get some gigs out there. So Dylan, and then do you remember like what was the first show you guys played as Pineapple Willows? Or how long, I guess, was it? Did y'all like kind of jam and kind of write stuff for a while before you got to play?
Well, Pineapple Willows, the name
Yeah.
came way after
Okay.
Dylan and Reese, the very first
Yeah.
founding members, had left. And
Oh, interesting.
at the time, we had Clayton and then Tyler. and we were playing on Circle Lotus Media when they were still doing their
Yeah, I
thing.
remember that
and
thing.
that exact day, we were like, okay, let's figure out a new name, because if we look up Diva on anything, on any streaming app, hundreds of people.
Now there's a new band called that name.
Literally. And so I was like, let's figure out something more. And Tyler was like, ooh, how about Pineapple Bombs? And I was like, let's look it up. And there was a punk band from New York called Pineapple Bombs. I'm like, all right. And then I thought about Hiding in the song. I was like, Crystal Willows. I was like, wait a minute. Pineapple Willows.
Yeah.
How do you guys like it? And they were like, absolutely. I was like, okay.
My uncle remarks that it sounds like a retirement home.
Yeah.
And if we could be a retirement home, then I think we will have done our job. I mean, we'll have
all of our fans have retired in our retirement homes.
They can sleep on their pineapple pillows. And it'll be beautiful.
That's actually such a smart idea. We need to make those.
Pillows. That's pretty funny.
Pineapple
Or
pillows.
because they would just need to be pillowcases. You don't need
I keep saying, I keep
this.
saying we need to have like an icon of a pineapple with a willow tree.
Yeah.
As it's like brambles at the top.
Yeah.
As our icon, and then we could just make that a pillow.
Put that on pillows.
Put that on pillows. Pineapple pillows.
That's a cool like merch idea for sure.
Boom. Boom. Get on it.
But as for our first show as
they can go to
Pineapple
sleep during our
Willows,
shows.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Don't remember what
such
it was.
a long time ago too.
It was 2020,
Yeah.
and that to me was a
that
lifetime
was,
ago.
Well, that was
years
a
ago.
weird time, anyways.
Pandemic era.
I don't like thinking about the fact that was 6 years ago.
Yeah, then we're
For
closer to
sure.
2030 than we are.
Than we are to the
Bro, I
pandemic.
graduated in 2015. I want to throw up when I think about that. I'm like, ugh.
This episode of Rhythm and Wit is brought to you by buymeacoffee.com/rhythmandwit, where you can go and make a $5 donation or possibly more to Rhythm and Wit. It is our way of raising money here on the podcast. And what you do is go on to buymeacoffee.com/rhythmandwit. Check out the link in the description of the video. And then what you do is you can make a donation, which is a cup of coffee. You can make a donation for 1 cup of coffee, which is $5, 10 cups of coffee if you can afford it, which would be amazing.
$50.
Yeah, so it kind of goes from there. And what you also do is when you make the donation, it will allow you to leave a message, and we will read your message here on the show. Just like Don bought 3 coffees, and he says, "Stay caffeinated, fellas."
Hey. Will
Thanks,
do.
Don.
Yeah.
Claybar has a comment. You both rock for highlighting the local community. Keep on showing off what creativity OK has to offer.
All right.
So that's something we love
Thank
to do.
you.
So,
Claybar?
yeah.
Clay bar.
So thank you to those 2 donations. And then, yes, if you make your donation, we will shout out your message here on the channel.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
all
say
right.
your name. It's super
All right.
fun.
So, okay, cool. Let's see. So we had 2019. I know that you guys started putting out songs, so I want to kind of go through the discography of Pineapple Willows. I know you guys weren't really a part of those, but you probably played a lot of these songs now and have learned them. But the first, I think the first EP that you guys put out was Spirit Shaker. Is that right?
Absolutely.
2020.
Yep, in February.
It has some of, I think, some of my favorites. I mean, was no. Amina was after that, right?
Amina and her silly love songs.
That,
Yeah.
well, that was the same year, but Hiding has always been one of my favorite songs.
Happy houses with satin windows, park bench near the Crystal Willows, a fine golden day in the sun. Merry melodies pass the streets, and there's a fire coming from my feet, shaking bones and docile tones, have the world away. Oh, no, we're hiding in the night.
I think do you guys still play that one too?
Every now and then it comes
But
up.
we should bring it back. It is a fun one. Everyone likes hide.
That song
Yeah.
is my baby.
That's a good one.
That's a fun song.
I was like, let me just write a song about nonsense, and it was perfect.
But yeah, those were Spirit Shaker was really cool. And then where did you? Was that when you were recording most of the early stuff with your old bass player?
We recorded all of Spirit Shaker in one day at Aries Recording with Ricardo Sasaki.
Oh, interesting. So you've been recording with him since then.
And I was pretty much having him mastering my solo stuff even before Pineapple Willows, so
interesting.
like 2017.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
I worked with him. God, it's been that long.
Yeah,
10 years.
I didn't realize that either. Because
I didn't know you and Ricardo had such a long
Yeah.
history. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he literally. I was like, I need someone to master my solo stuff, and I reached out to so many different studios in Oklahoma. None of them responded except Ricardo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that's all I need to know. Bye.
something about recording studios in Oklahoma is like half of them are probably out of business anyway.
True. Yeah, unfortunately.
And
true.
Aries Recording is still
that's
here.
cool. It's yeah, because I've never met him before, but I know you've talked about him a lot, and
Great
Yeah, I didn't
producer,
realize
great
he's-
engineer.
Yeah.
He did the mixing and mastering for this most recent
Yeah.
album and our first EP, and they just sound fantastic.
so and then in that same year you did Amina and Her Silly Love Songs.
Oh, yeah.
Which that's definitely I think one of my favorites for sure. Just the song Amina.
You know you didn't have to go so soon. What do I do with all these pictures of you? You know it didn't have to end this way. There's so much more that I have to say. I sit down with an empty bottle. Beauty's on the line, just ask Aristotle. I can't be on my own again. Let me know.
Something it's very
Yeah, it's like a-
classic sounding.
Dylan struck gold with that one too.
Yeah, he was
The
main
genius
writer
does
on
pass
that.
through that guy.
Yeah.
he writes a lot of great stuff.
I always give him credit where
Yeah.
credit is always due.
Because I thought it was interesting too, because you guys recorded that one kind of with that EP like
Yeah, Pick Up the
a couple
Tab.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of wild because I wanted him to record the original one before he had left, but he was just really against it, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I guess I'll record. I'll
Different.
record it.
It, was
It didn't.
slightly different.
Yeah, it's different. I didn't think it sounded great with my voice, but people still liked the song. And then when he came back, he was like, "Can we do my version of it?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Sure."
That's awesome.
It's a great song. Let's do it again.
It's cool. I mean, yeah, it's definitely one that's worthy of bringing back.
Oh yeah.
So so we move on after that to 2021. Well, there's a bunch of singles in that year that I've obviously listened to a lot, but is there any in that time that stood out or was interesting? Like I Don't Like Life.
I don't like life. I don't like you wasting my time. I can't see through the things that you do, the things that you want beyond the dawn. And heavy feelings that you'll never know, that you'll never know. No one else can tell you no or tell you what to do. I don't like life.
I don't like life. I just wanted to make
Yeah,
the most
that's kind of a-
sappy doomer pop punk song
Yeah.
that I could think of. Throw
Very
away,
like
but I
that
still.
emo pop punk sound.
Yep, and then what did I say?
bands should
That
have
one
a good phase like
is
that.
all loops, and that was an interesting one to record. Tyler pretty much made that song, and I
Yeah.
just added vocals and a guitar. Your Problem Is Deep. I love that song. God, I don't know what I was going through at that time, but I struck gold with that
Yeah.
one.
That was interesting just because like I think that obviously you've always done a good job of like putting out singles from albums and EPs and stuff like that, but there was just like that 1 year of just like almost all singles.
What was
Which
the
was
next one
cool.
after that? Time to See the Therapist.
Time to See a Therapist. Toxic Runaround, and then you did What Did I Say in 2022?
Oof. I mean, Time to See the Therapist. I was listening to so much MCR, so much of Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, and I was like, absolutely.
It seems like that was maybe a time where you're experimenting with different styles and doing things. Yeah,
very much so.
Because I think that we had met in 2022, so it was like, that's what I remember listening to whenever we met, and I was like, "Oh, let me see what he's done." So I remember listening to all that stuff
That's a
at
good
that
one.
time. So
that one, I was like, I like that one lyrically because most of the time I always focus more on the music than I do my words. But that one, I was like, oh my God, what if I wrote the song from the point of view of a narcissist who's like, I don't understand what the fuck I did wrong. I'm like, this is genius.
yeah.
That's what I wonder too. Like, I don't ever do anything wrong. I don't know how people ever.
Yeah, why do people not like me?
It's actually it's written from my perspective. You were describing me. Awkward.
And then, of course, there was the 2023. Was this the first full album, Pixelated Memories?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yep.
Josh did such a good job on the drums on. So it was Josh on the
what it
drums,
was,
right?
yeah.
Or that, or he did Rollen, right?
He did the
Yeah.
drums for Rollen. I did drums for a couple of songs. Tyler's little brother did drumming, and then Jared did Your Lost Baby.
Well, that's because I think I record some of that album.
You did. I think you did.
Like a couple
if I
of songs
remember.
even or whatever, just at my house.
I've got the personnel part written
Right.
somewhere in the
'Cause
coding.
I was listening to that today, and I don't think I'd listened to it since it came out. And then, or maybe I'd heard some of them. Obviously, like Rolling, that's what, probably definitely one of the best.
Let me take you to a place where the mellow moss shines through. And I have no reservations how it feels to be with you. I am making all the changes to begin again anew. Whoa, there are those with open eyes, and you should know of you. Yes, you should know of you. And on we rollin'. Why did it all happen so fast? On we rollin'.
I used to not like it. I mean, but
It's kind of the most poppy, and most catchy.
well,
At least of that album.
well,
Yeah,
the album itself, I used to not. I kind of struggled with liking it for a long time, but now I listen back to it versus this music we're putting out now, and I'm just like, okay, I kind of like it because you get to hear how much better things get over time.
It's just another step.
Yeah.
Because it does make sense too, especially going back to the years before when you were kind of trying to find the sound, and
Yeah, find band
this-
members.
yeah,
I didn't
lot
have a
of
great
turmoil.
paying job, so
And
I was paying out
during
of
that
pocket
time,
studio time.
we were playing together and still on cable, and so it was like you're split all over the place.
Confined to a singular form. I was in 4 bands? I was in Social Contract too. I was in
jeez.
4 bands. Yeah, I did not want to be at home.
I think I know over there.
Fair.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. Because I just wanted to kind of bring those up, and then of course 2024 we talked about pick up the tab, and that's whenever you brought Dylan back for a short time, and then I remember you had joined the band around that time too.
Yeah, I did. Well, so I discovered the band a while before.
Oh, interesting.
It was after our band. It was
Yeah.
after me and Zach's band broke up. It was a while ago, maybe a year or two. My dad had. I guess it turns out my dad did a lot for my music career.
Yeah.
Now that
Oh, yeah.
I recount it, he's like, "Hey, you should start looking for bands again."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Get
that'd be a
back
good
out
time.
there.
I did the.
It's like when you break up with a girl, your dad's like, gotta get back out there, man. Get back on the horse.
She was on a little pop.
I joined the OCCC jazz ensemble for a little bit, like community college jazz. I had a lot of fun there doing stuff in that. And it was after that where I was just kind of looking for something to do.
Yeah.
And my dad floated the idea out after that. So he floated out twice that I should do it right after our band and then after community college. And the second I was like, you know what, maybe I actually should. The first time I was like, I don't know, it's a little looks a little bit hard.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
I really don't want to mess with
Because
it.
how long did you play together with y'all's group?
Oh, God,
It's
like
like 5 years.
4 or 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, 5 years.
So it's
for
like
a
some-
band that we started when I was like
Right.
13.
Whenever
Yeah.
you feel like
Yeah.
you're like this
We-
has been your whole life, and then it's over, and you're like, I kind of want to see what life is like without it.
Yeah, we were a 3-piece for about
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
years, and then 2 more years after that, at least
with
with
Mason, yeah.
with
Yeah.
Mason. So yeah, we
Long time.
throughout most of
Yeah.
our high school lives, we were part of that band.
And everyone else was a lot. Not a lot. You're not much older than me, but the other 2 members were
Yeah,
at least
a
like
little
3 years
older,
older than me.
yeah.
And when you're that young, it does start to make a big difference. And so, like, I was in junior high, I think, when we were playing some of our shows, like
In bars.
maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
sure. I was in like junior high, and so that was like that was very normal to me.
That must have been
Yeah.
intimidating at times.
Not really. Maybe I had a sense of overconfidence. There's a bit of novelty to it. I could surf on the novelty of like, oh wow, this is like, what is this kid like playing playing around here? Like what? And it's not like I was the greatest drummer, but I did kind of what needed to be done,
Yeah.
I guess. And so yeah, that broke up, and my dad floated the idea out. And then I started again. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll like later, and I'll email them. And I emailed you guys because you were still looking for a drummer.
Yeah.
Both these times they were looking for drummers.
Yeah, always looking for a drummer.
and I
struggle.
was like, I emailed them, and I didn't see a response within like a week. I'm like, oh well, tried that, and we'll
Right.
see what happens. It was on Bandmix,
Yeah.
which I still keep updated just in case.
I've since deleted that, which it's so funny to think about that because I was checking the email one day and I saw there was an email from like 3 months ago, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, let me respond to this person. Oh yeah, hey, what, do you want to
Yeah.
come in and just jam with us and try out? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry for the late response.
Yeah, it's-
No
Yeah.
notification.
yeah.
I don't know what
Annoying.
happened.
Yeah, and so I didn't have an acoustic kit. I just had an electronic kit that I was playing on. So I played with them at the Brown's driving school, or no, it wasn't Brown. It was what driving?
Freeman's
driving school.
Right next to
that,
Moore High.
that we were practicing in, and
What?
Yeah,
I didn't
like-
know this. This is new
yes,
information.
that's where we practiced
funny.
during when I was playing, because
Whenever-
Dylan's
Dylan's
somebody's-
grandfather owns Freeman's Driving School
Interesting.
right
So you
next
get
to
to use
Moore
it
High.
after
And so we
hours.
So we
practiced
got
there.
to use it to practice in.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
It's awesome.
It
It was
was not a
That's
bad
insane.
gig, frankly. And so yeah, and I practiced there, and then I got the part,
Nice.
so to say.
It's like, you can play. Are you on drugs? Those are the two
Yeah. Do
qualifications.
you show up? Number one, do you show up? Yes. Do you play the drums? Yeah. Am I on drugs? Well, that's to remain to be seen. But it don't seem like I'm on drugs.
Yeah.
At least fed most of the time. Am I a fed? I'm not legally. My lawyer said I can't answer that question.
The best part was you came in and you played the songs versus like when some of the drummers came in, whenever it was me and Tyler looking for it, they would be like, oh yeah, maybe we could just jam. I didn't listen to any of the songs at all. I maybe
it's like,
listened
I
to like
didn't do any
15
prep.
seconds. And it was like, I literally told you to learn these songs. I gave you 2 months.
Right.
No.
At least learn, a couple of them. You know,
It happened
it's not that
like
hard.
5 separate times.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't do that.
I think this is why I was writing so many identity crisis songs.
Yeah.
Fair.
I was like, should I continue Pineapple Willows?
So yeah, then I joined, and I joined a little late to help out on
Yeah,
any
on
of the pick
that.
out the tab stuff, but I did join in time to
the
help
music video.
do the music video.
Dude, I'm so excited. I heard this place is really good, Dante.
Oh yeah? It's new, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is new.
Darling, listen closely. The spark is real. I know you feel the connection between us. It feels so right. It's just us tonight. The moonlight on your shoulder makes you appear so fine, my dear. Oh, darling, sweet love, give
people you knew that shot that, right?
Yeah, that was my
Okay.
roommate Liam Carb.
Yeah.
He's off in LA now doing
Oh, wow.
a bunch of awesome stuff there.
Yeah, because that
Mad
was
respect.
definitely one of the
And he-
coolest video,
Thank you.
like production.
Oh my gosh, we
never
had
mind. I
so
don't thank
many
you.
incredible students
another
from the
water.
OU
Yeah.
staff who was
Yeah.
helping us with
Yeah.
key grip and makeup and young actresses like Malachi and Miriam.
Miriam,
Yeah, yeah. And then it was just, that was so much fun those 3 days.
Yeah.
filming
Yeah,
that.
it was a lot of good times.
And we got fuzzies.
We did.
Yeah.
Fuzzies.
Well, did you-
Shout out.
Did you use that to? Was that where you shot
The
it?
venue
at?
of the
Okay.
music video
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Fuzzies.
yeah.
Yes.
Fuzzies tacos.
It was
on
fuzzies
Campus
and
Corner.
then OU.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was cool. I knew Liam through like Spanish class in OU, so we roomed together. And I floated the idea by because he was just looking for like stuff to do over the summer, and him and a bunch of other of his friends just wanted something to put on their resume.
Yeah.
And
film
yeah, and then
students,
they
yeah.
agreed, and it was Liam masterminding a lot of it. He did a lot of he did all the location scouting and he did the directing, like he was cinematography.
the set
He did storyboarding.
production.
I hope he does well in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
I don't
Yeah.
even really need to hope. The guy
Yeah.
is really an awesome dude. So,
That's cool.
and he also used to do YouTube video editing for
Skeeter G.
for Skeeter Gene.
Skeeter G, the predator catching
Skeeter-
channel.
Yes, yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah, he did some stuff there. So he's an excellent video editor as well.
Yeah.
And so he's been one of my best friends for a while, or at least for all my college.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah, he really did a lot on that, and then he did a lot on our newest, well, not our newest song, but our newest music video.
Yeah, he did also did Got Away, Got Away.
Okay.
He was in charge of that too. And
Nice.
Yeah, he's just he's an awesome dude. I acted in a couple of his short films. I was Jesus once. I had to be
You
Jesus.
have to show us that one
I don't
day.
even know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Have you done any other acting, or that's something I like to
God,
ask,
no.
but no.
Oh, I'm terrible. Yeah, no,
Kind of
I'm terrible. It only worked as a mockumentary, so I got to like look at the camera and be
Right.
like, "Why am I white?" As
like
Jesus.
so you didn't have any lines, I guess.
No, I did.
Oh,
well,
true.
not something I needed to
Right.
memorize.
It's simple
The
stuff.
Silent Jesus.
But Malachi, actually, the guy who was also in the music video, also helped a lot on Liam's stuff. That's how I got to know him and we do music stuff now. I play bass with him.
Oh, cool.
Malachi is the one that gets murdered by Dylan in the video.
He does get murdered. Regrettably, he gets murdered.
Regrettably.
Because he tells him to get out. Malachi tells Dylan to get out. So,
That's
yeah,
funny.
he's really awesome. He is like musical theater, and he recently got a part in like the Shrek the Musical
Wow.
in Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's a really cool dude as well.
Love that. That's definitely cool to hear about that video, because that was such a cool thing when y'all put that out.
Yeah.
For that one. Okay, so then of course now we have the newest album for the Gayze, which I was a big part of as well.
Oh, yeah.
We started recording that in the summer of 2023. I remember when that was right after Josh went to Japan, so Stolen
Yep.
Cable was kind
Stolen
of
Cable
done.
fizzled out.
And then you're like, I remember you texted me. You're like, I've got 3 songs. And I was like, sure, we can do that.
3
Like,
turned into
that'll
11
take
real
like a
fast.
couple weeks. We can knock it out. And then like 3 years later, we're still. Well, it's probably like a good 2 years for sure.
Yeah, I think we stopped about beginning
like
of 2025.
It was like last summer, I think.
Wrapped it up.
Whenever we were so it's been like a year of like post production, I guess.
That's okay. It was well
But yeah,
worth it.
That's
Yeah,
what I've always
absolutely.
thought is like this album is like I said, I listened to it like a couple days after it came out, and I remember texting you and was like, this is really good, because you had sent me some of the early masters, like sometime over the past year. And I remember hearing them and I was like, man, this is cool, but it wasn't there yet. And I was just kind of a little nervous about it. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna come together like it needs to.
And we recorded everything in David's house.
So yeah, we did all that.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Yeah, I remember working with you on the drums. I remember it was like one day you came over, it was like the day after Christmas or something like that.
Might have been. It was the first time, I think, not the first time I did some stuff for a friend in community college.
Okay, for recording, right?
For recording, but it was the first time I ever recorded real drums, and hopefully you can't hear that fact.
Oh, yeah.
If you could, then Ricardo covered it up.
Well,
I blame it on Dante.
Come on, let me be clear that Andy absolutely kills on the drums on Sorry You Had to Meet Me. That was all him right at Aries recording, which I think was the only portion that wasn't recorded at your house.
Because that's what I was going to ask you. Because like I said, I know that there's a lot of stuff on there that I even heard that was like, I don't remember doing that. Which is like, fine. Obviously, you're going to redo some parts. I know there was this track that we never did do. I know that. Did you do some like electronic drums on one of them? On like, I don't have the list.
Oh, yeah. Timing's off.
Yeah, timing's off.
Yep.
That's what
I remember, and I heard those drums. I'm like, that's what we never did get to record at my house, but I was like, I knew that you were gonna do some.
I went on Studio One and was just like, all right, samples.
It sounds really cool.
Here we go. Perfect.
So obviously, that is out now. It came out July 1st, 2026. But you had some singles. Obviously, you got Got Away was the first one.
So compatible, but then I turned you away, my friend, and I regretted.
Video for that, right?
Yep.
And then you put out Novelty Train Spotting.
God bless that song.
And then the latest one is Sorry You Had to Meet Me. It was the third one, and then the latest one is Party Out in the Sun. As far as singles go.
God,
did you put out the music video for that, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask,
in the
are
Sun?
there any more?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah, I think we're
still stitching it?
Yeah, I've got, It's a lot of footage.
It is a lot of footage.
We're making the music video.
I'm trying to make a tour video.
Nice.
Yeah, composite of all of the.
That's a great
Because we brought
idea.
like a 2008 style camcorder
I love
and
that
recorded a lot of our.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of behind the scenes tour footage.
Yeah,
just
we got
us driving,
Driving.
footage of the drives, the shows,
Right.
meeting, talking to the other bands.
Yes,
so
all
good.
the bands we played with were all so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Every single one of them, I think, I would absolutely want to play with again. If they would be so willing to have us again.
I want to get to that in 1 minute, but the last thing I want to talk about on the album is you guys have a vinyl available.
Yes.
That's really cool. But like, how does that work? I guess because I've always looked into vinyls. I mean, I've obviously thought about this forever. It's like that'd be sick to have a vinyl. But then I looked it up and it's like it's what is it, like $23 or something like that?
So
it's pretty affordable. I was like, I need to get that.
It was. I saw it through an ad on Instagram one day, and it was like, make your own vinyl, blah, blah, blah. And so it's this new concept, I guess, by Elastic Stage. I don't know if they came up with the idea, but it's vinyl on demand.
Yeah, so they don't press them until someone
so you don't have to pre-press like 15, 20, or 100 vinyls and then send them and buy them in bulk.
Right.
That way you can just have the consumer buy it, they make it, send it, and then we get a proceed from it.
You get a cut of it. That's a great idea
Well, it's
because
also kind of cool. Oh, sorry.
No,
But what's also kind of cool is like the first one that we printed had like a misprint on it, and so if one day if we ever get like super big, that will go for a lot of money.
That's special.
That was given as a gift to a very special someone, and they can do with that what they please.
That person
it might still end up on eBay.
I'll cry.
Pineapple Willows misprint, $1,000.
$1,000.
That would be crazy.
5 years of work.
Yeah, but no, but yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because I mean, like I said, I've thought about that forever, and like, you know, because I've looked into it, and it's like, yeah, you would have to print like 100 or whatever certain amount, and it costs thousands of dollars.
Literally. I'm like, no, that's not feasible. But
So,
then
yeah,
Elastic Stage
that's
came
cool.
along, and I'm like, I never thought we would have a vinyl, and now we do, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
It looks
Right?
really good.
and it looks really good.
So good.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna order one because, like I said, especially for this album, so I think it's like, you know, it's worthy. Some albums, you know, it's like I've had bands before where it's like, yeah, I don't think anything that maybe like the Stolen Cable LP could go on vinyl, but
would
it's
be
like
cool.
certain things. It's like, yeah, that just shouldn't be on a
Listen,
vinyl.
Drake from Degrassi would be good on vinyl. That was a great one.
But this album is I'd definitely like to have that.
And you can get it too, no matter where you live.
Yeah.
because it's on demand.
Yeah.
So if anyone who is listening is out there in the world listening to Pineapple Willows,
order
you
it.
can get it
Where do we get it, Dante?
shipped straight to you.
Elastic Stage / Pineapple Willows. I will say, for reference though, it may take a while to ship because vinyl does take a while to make.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it hasn't come in within like 3 weeks, don't panic.
Yes, eventually.
Yes.
I wonder, because one last thing on this was like, I wonder, you could probably order maybe like 10 or 15 of them for, you know, and then bring them on tour or sell them at shows too.
Possible.
Yeah, we
sure.
could do that.
Possible.
I bet you get like a little discount on a bulk order.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. And that way you could sell it and people could get
Yeah,
it right
yeah, yeah.
then. So.
We could throw them at people. Try to like get somebody's head off. Catch it with your teeth.
Definitely, if anybody's listening to this and are looking for this option, go check out Elastic Stage for vinyls because I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah, it's a super awesome
Keep
system.
that in mind for sure.
This episode of Rhythm and Wit was brought to you by Campbell & Son Electric, Oklahoma City's trusted one-truck electrical contractor with over 20 years of experience in the field. Whether it's upgrading your home's electrical service, troubleshooting issues, or tackling small commercial projects, Campbell & Son Electric delivers top-notch work with care and attention you'd expect from a family business. Servicing areas like Del City, Edmond, Yukon, Mustang, and beyond, they're your go-to for reliable expert service. Need help with your next project? Visit CampbellandSonElectric.com today and get it done right the first time. Campbell & Son Electric, brightening Oklahoma, one wire at a time.
So anyways, next thing I want to talk about for sure is the tour. You guys were gone from June 25th to the 29th and got to play in Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas / New Mexico and Texas. So like, what was the best part? I guess each of you could have a different answer.
We'll start with Zach. Do you remember?
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing? I guess.
I mean,
don't know.
honestly, I don't do much traveling.
Yeah, so you get to see some places.
Seeing completely different places was really cool for me. But I think my favorite part was just the community aspect of it,
getting
being
to
able to
meet
connect
people,
to so many people through shared love of music is a really awesome thing for me. So
That's cool.
yeah.
I think definitely. I've never gotten to go on tour with a band. It's like any band that I've been in would get to that point where we could do it, and then something would happen.
It would dissolve.
And the band's broken up.
Yeah, so it's like I did have a band in 2020 where we played in 2018, 2019, 2020, and then the world fell apart. So
God,
the
it's
entire
so
world.
real.
So it was like, but we were like on that point where it's like we were booking in like Wichita and Texas, and we were gonna start at least traveling to those places. And then, but anyways, so that's always been something I've wanted to do with touring is see different towns, different places, and meet different bands in different states. So
Yeah, and we met so many talented people.
There's so many sweet
on that
people.
group.
Yeah.
On that tour. Every single
Yes.
band that we performed with, I honestly, I could have felt out of my league if we weren't headlining the show. Like,
They were all
every single act we performed with, from Pomia to Sounds of Many to
Friendly Thieves.
Both sides.
Paseo de la Muerte.
Paseo de la Muerte.
Golly,
Like every single act that we managed to perform with
after
was
and of course,
extremely talented.
And of course, Wolf Ugly for joining us in Denton.
Yes. Yeah, really special.
Oklahoma's own.
And Dante, that was pretty much all you who put for many of those bills. I think Wolf Ugly was the only one that you didn't find the bands for.
That one was for Wichita. Like I think Friendly Thieves and Wolf Ugly found Zollins for us.
Okay, yeah.
Because I wasn't the point of contact between Kirby's. But that's A-okay. But everything else, yes, I did myself.
Yeah.
It was like a year of work.
Awesome people.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, because that's something I've always known. I've talked to other people about booking tours, and it's like a lot of logistics and planning and reaching out to venues. But I do think that something I know about booking tours is like, hopefully, now that you've done this, you have those connections in certain venues.
Yep.
So next year, you just reach back out and be like, hey, we want to come back through. It's hopefully a little bit easier.
I think like a great aspect of our band is no matter like who we're playing with, we look like we're having the most fun out of everybody.
That's what they've always said.
We look like we are having the most fun, so we do make for good like follow-ups or people who come before or anything like that.
We're born entertainers. Let's be real.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Wait, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part is hanging with my friends.
Yeah,
wow.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I am gonna kind of steal what Zach said. I really just the community, like getting to know a whole bunch of new bands, and I kind of like how like active you are kind of the whole time, like you're thinking about stuff, and sometimes it sucks because you're like talking with somebody and you're kind of thinking about what you have to do right after talking to them. And like
oh shit, I gotta get my drums in the car.
In the moment.
So I didn't get to do as much of the talking because I like, I'd have to take my drums out to the car, and I want to do that as quickly as possible.
Right.
Or mostly the drums. So I didn't get to do as much of the talking with other bands as what I maybe I would have liked. But getting to know all the other bands and getting to talk with them and really just listening to their stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Was a really awesome part of it.
Yeah, I always love hearing new acts. This is like a lot of bands around here. It's like, oh, I've seen this band. So it's like usually if there's a show and it's like, oh, they're playing, but it's like, well, I've seen them. So it's like you think you want to do something else. But it's like if I've never seen them before. That's why I like Know Our Music Festival, because you could just go and see so many different acts that you've never seen. So it's like that would probably be my favorite part too. But what about you, Dante? What was the best part?
Honestly,
just getting it done.
No.
I feel like it's over.
Saying that we did it.
Honestly, I'm complete opposite of them. I think my favorite part was actually. I absolutely hated it. The entire thing.
Honestly, it kind of sucked. I would not do it.
My favorite part was actually getting to hang out with both of you guys in the Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And just talk with you guys. And just
that was
laugh.
part of my answer. Hey, that was part of my answer.
It took my mind off of just things back home. It took my mind off of work or my personal life, and it was just like, oh, I'm actually living my life and connecting with you two. And then I'm also, oh my God, my teenage self, I'm on tour right now. So I was living in those 5 days, and we had the best Airbnbs, minus the one. Can we talk about that real quick?
No shade to the person. No shade to the person hosting us.
No.
She was so
very
incredibly
sweet.
kind.
We're gonna sign a poster and send it right to her. She asked for one. But it was a hostel, and I got it because it was cheap. And so they had the room upstairs, and I was like, I'll sleep on the couch, because we had a really nice Airbnb, was like a whole house prior. 3 beds, PS5, N64.
We were truly spoiled
Towel
with the
warmer,
first one.
pool
We were
table.
like, wow, all of them are going to be like this.
We had all the,
Yes.
I literally put on Hercules. They had Disney Plus, Netflix, everything. And we got to the hostel, and I go to bed downstairs. It's a little warm, but apparently there was a AC unit upstairs in the closet. Y'all take it from here. I didn't know
This is my fault. This is my fault. This happened because of me.
Effort on both of our faults.
But here's what happens, right? We go upstairs and we're like, it's kind of warm up here, but we didn't want to like open a window. We didn't know if there was like a bug screen in the window, nor did we like. I mean, it was pretty warm.
You don't want to go
in this area, and it's somebody else's home.
What city? Or
this was the Kansas City area. But someone else was living there. It was kind of this hostile situation.
Yeah, there were two
not
other guys.
hostile, but like it's a hostel.
HOSTEL.
And like we didn't want to, but we were kind of looking around for like some option. Maybe there was a fan or something, and I find this box unit in the closet that's like it's like it says cool on it. Like it says the word cool on it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll set this to like 72. Right? Like just to get some air movement in this room. Like I don't want to like overload the ceiling fan or something like that. It was an older house, right?
And Andy had an air mattress on the floor.
Yeah, we had an air mattress on the floor and like a full size bed.
Right.
And it blew cold air, but it also had an exhaust in the back that was just pumping hot air at a way higher rate than it was pumping cold air.
I was on the floor. So my situation on the floor, I got up at some point. It's like, golly, it's hot in here. I'm like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and just like hang out there for a second. Go to the... First I'll sit up. There's like a 4 degrees difference on the floor. I sit up. There's like a 4 degrees difference at least. And I walk out into the hallway and it drops by like 10 degrees. And I'm like, oh, we are doing something wrong. What is going on here?
We are so fucked.
It was bad.
And so I get up in the morning.
Unimaginably hot in that room. It was like 80 something degrees in that room.
It must have been hotter than that.
Well, no, actually, I got up and Andy comes downstairs and I was like, I slept okay. I was like, it's a little warm down here. You were like, it's like 15 degrees hotter up there. I was like, what?
You should go in that room. You should go in that room and feel that.
I walk up there. The hallway's fine. I go through the door and it's immediately just 80 degrees almost.
Yeah,
I was like,
I woke
God.
up sweating. Yeah, I woke up like sweating. I felt
it's like Alabama in here.
You know the times whenever you would like have a head cold or something, and you would like have a crazy fever, and you would go to bed and you would wake up in like a cold sweat. Yeah, I woke up in a hot sweat. It was insane. I woke up and I was like disoriented. I was confused.
That was off the back of a really good performance, but after every really good performance where you really put your heart and soul into it, like for me, my glasses just hurt on my face. And so like, and I had like my ears are still ringing from it, and I had like a headache, and I was being killed by allergies. And so I'm just like
melting on top of it.
And what is happening? How do I not? And then we are like, we have to wake up at like 7.
Time to drive to Wichita.
Drive to Wichita. And so all that, I know I'm only going to get like 5 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. I'm like, oh my.
But it was really nice because the girl that had the Airbnb had a shit ton of chickens, and so we got to eat as many eggs as we could.
Yeah, she was super nice. She was very, very nice.
It really, and nothing about it was really the Airbnb's fault.
It was completely me. No, I completely unintentionally sabotaged our sleep that night.
Oh my God, in the Airbnb in Wichita, we had like a whole basement that was like maybe 2,000 square feet.
It was really nice.
It was a guy and his wife, and they were musicians themselves. And man, and then Zach cooked shrimp scampi that night. And God, it was so good. And we watched Mean Girls. You played Pokemon. I was like, this is life is good right now.
Yeah, it's my position that nothing has ever gotten better than the Nintendo DS. That portable gaming will never get better than that. So, I did bring that along with me. It did a lot for the 9 hours after we had to go to Wichita.
And then in Albuquerque, we stayed with my older sister, so I got to see my nieces and nephew.
That's cool.
And that made me super
Probably
happy.
Saved some money out there too.
Yes, absolutely. We did. And then
especially for Albuquerque.
God, yeah, the drive to
Yeah.
Albuquerque and then Albuquerque to Denton was brutal. Both 9.5 hours.
Yeah. I think for Albuquerque, the way to Albuquerque, I think I drove most of it. I think you drove most of it, and then me and Zach split a lot of the way from Albuquerque to Denton.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
And then I drove 4 hours starting to Denton, right? Was it
Yeah.
4 hours?
It was like 3.
I think it was like 2 hours. I think we learned that it was like.
No, it was 3 after the incident.
Facts. Yeah, no, that's true. That's
Which
true.
incident?
when we
The white line abuser.
So driving back, I decided that it would just be easier for us to drive back from Denton the same night instead of getting another hotel.
Right.
So we immediately get done with our set. We have to say goodbye.
So that was coming back to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a 3-hour drive because
Right.
Denton's close to Arlington,
Yeah.
Fort Worth, Dallas. So I
Yeah.
thought, okay, naturally 3 hours. But it was only 2. And I was
it
like, okay, easy.
It was a north suburb, yeah.
And so I was driving, and we get past the Oklahoma-Texas border, and man, there is just cops galore pulling people over everywhere. And
It was insane.
we get pulled over. I'm already panicking,
Yeah.
and he was like, he was like, what you guys doing?
He shined a flashlight into the back of the car.
He was like, what's all that?
It's like,
Instruments.
We're a band.
drugs. Wait, no.
Clearly drugs. We're
A
smuggling.
dead body. Yeah. No.
And then, gave him my license, and then he came. He said he pulled me over for riding on the white line. He just wanted to make sure that I was awake and okay. And I was like, all right. And then he just let us off, and I drove away. And we didn't see any cops after that for about an hour till we got to Norman.
Yeah.
So they must have been looking for people.
There were so many county sheriffs on the border
I think
that
it's
night.
Monday. It's 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Or it's like 12 or something.
This
And
is
it's the
coming
Texas
up on the
Oklahoma border.
holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Well, I guess almost, but
I think there's just a lot of
Summertime,
drug trafficking
yeah.
that happens by that time, and then he saw that we were in a rental, or that we did not.
we had a huge Honda Odyssey.
Those things are
Yeah.
like spaceships.
that's what I was
man.
going to
Those are
ask. So
awesome.
you guys rented a car so you could carry all the gear in one
I
car.
originally wanted to rent a U-Haul, but I
Yeah.
was like, first of all, I don't know how to drive a
Yeah,
U-Haul.
it's really
Secondly, I don't
big.
want the trailer. So I was like, let me just see what kind. There's only 3 of us. We don't have that much gear. We don't have
Yeah.
extra lights and
Big-
projectors and
yeah,
effects.
Your amps aren't that
So-
big. Or anything.
Right, and so I was like, let's just see if I can get us a big van that has that can get 8 or 9 people, and then we could just fold down the chairs and hallelujah,
It was
that
perfect.
worked.
Yeah,
It
it
worked.
was.
Yeah, it worked really well.
It was the perfect amount of space.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it really was. It was
amazing.
And that thing, those new Honda Odysseys, man. Those
They are awesome.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
they're
driven
pretty
such a nice car in my
Honda,
life.
can you sponsor Pineapple Willows? That'd be great.
are.
My first car was a 04 Honda CRV. Great car.
Yeah, good times. Good times. So yeah, we did think of us, or we thought of an idea for a song called "White Line Abuser," because he said that we were driving scared that we were driving. I think he was just checking for drugs.
But his reason for the stop was that we straddled the line.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that kind of makes sense. I mean, believe it or not, I do think that there are some police officers out there that are just trying to watch out for people.
Yeah,
He's a young guy. He's a young guy
He
too.
was super young, yeah.
So it's
Yeah, so
he could have
it's
just been better safe
Yeah.
than
He
sorry.
told us to keep rocking.
He did.
He
did.
Before
he
he
did.
left. I was like, cool.
I'm not pro cop. I'm just saying for the record.
Thank
I'm
you
just
for not-
saying.
Yeah.
I've been pulled over recently more than a few times. But I'm a DoorDasher, and I've been driving a lot of out of city, around the state.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
was pulled over probably last week actually. But I was outside of Paul's Valley. I was going up Paul's Valley to
That
do
makes sense.
a gig. But I was going into this small town right south. I think it's called Paoli or something like that. Anyways.
Peyote.
Yeah, it's like Paoli. It's a weird town. Anyways, very small town. So you're driving in off of the highway, and immediately it drops from 55 to 25.
Yeah.
You know?
We drove
But,
through so many towns
exactly.
like that.
Yeah, speed
So
trap towns.
Yeah,
many.
there was this really old officer. I mean, he had gray hair and stuff, but he was nice. He was just wanted to let you know you're. And I wasn't going that much over, but I was probably like doing like 35 and a 25 or something like that. But I was just like, okay, no ticket, but yeah, it was just like,
That's good.
I get it. It's like they're just trying to make sure people aren't blasting through there.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, right.
And
You're
do
not
be
like with Marcus Brownlee going like 90 in a school zone.
but the tournament
Yeah.
itself was very, very.
Yeah, that sounds like there was no complications or nothing crazy
Yeah,
we had
happened.
one complication
Yeah.
at the beginning. We almost didn't get the van
Oh no.
That's true.
because
Yeah.
they needed a credit card. We couldn't
Yeah,
pay with the debit card
exactly.
to get it out of the parking lot.
'Cause it was-
and
it
I
was
had
at
a
an
credit
airport.
card, but my
yeah.
limit wasn't high enough.
Right.
And so we were like, oh snap! And they said, here, call these other Budget and Avis places. And we called. Me and Zach called them
We
right in my
called
car.
every one of them. None of them had a rental.
None
It
of
was
them.
insane.
And so we were like, oh my God. And then we were like, oh my God, maybe Andy's mom can let us use her credit card.
Yeah.
Does she have a credit card?
Yeah.
yeah.
And your mom was a saint
Nice.
for that.
Yeah, it was
And
awesome.
I,
You got
mom
it
is-
figured
she
out.
she
by the way.
used her credit card, and then when we got back, I paid it off with my debit card. Nice and
someone
easy.
wishing
Yeah,
But we almost didn't have a van.
That's
I was
always-
like, oh my
for
God.
sure.
This is
Especially
not.
right at the beginning, you're like, we gotta go.
This is already starting out
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. It really did go very smoothly, all things considered. I think the only thing that was like a little tough is just that when we learned that we were going to be not staying in another Airbnb like we were used to,
Yeah.
we were going to stay in like a singular rooms. That was a bit of a shock, but other than that, it really was.
it was fine.
Yeah, Other than that, it really was fine.
Yeah, luckily with Airbnb, it's such an affordable kind of way to rent a room. 'Cause it's like I've just heard
Versus
about
hotels.
Yeah, I've
Versus
just heard
hotels,
about
yeah.
people going on tour and staying in the worst, sketchiest motels.
Yeah.
And then their van,
Yeah,
and then the
motel,
van gets
motel.
robbed.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
so-
okay, I don't want us to get robbed.
Yeah, it seems
so-
like this is
Yep.
these days it's a lot kind of easier in that sense because you can get Airbnb for a very affordable. I've definitely stayed in those, and
I
even in
think-
like California, it's like that's easily the cheapest way to go.
I
in
think
certain
altogether
states.
we only spent about
Yeah.
with gas $1,100
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
whole tour.
Yeah.
which
So
was
then
incredible.
I guess
Yeah.
and you probably made some of that back. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean,
No, definitely,
probably-
and that paid for gas, and
Yeah.
honestly, might have just been $1,000 for the
Yeah,
whole
I mean,
tour.
you probably, it was probably, especially if you're splitting it, that's not too bad. I mean, between
The
three
hardest
people.
part probably was staying hydrated.
Yeah.
Because all the states were hot except except New Mexico.
Right.
Yeah, all the states were
Yeah.
like a humid heat except for New
All of them
Mexico.
were like Oklahoma.
And
Yeah.
especially Wichita. That is like Oklahoma too.
This time,
That is like
yeah.
Oklahoma second edition.
Brutal.
This time of year too, for sure.
And
so.
I'm gonna have to start on my rant on drivers now. So Kansas to Albuquerque, starting in Wichita. I've got an issue with a few people on the
Yeah.
road. Okay, a lot of people in New Mexico. I can only assume that the death penalty is enforced for going 5 over, because people drive like that, and I cannot for the life of me. And maybe it's just that we're used to having gas stations that are
Yeah,
close by,
yeah.
so like speeding is not too big of a deal, and they're all trying to go the most optimal get the most optimal mileage. But I swear to you, it's just a game. I think Zach put it of semi-truck chicken. Yes, it is just semi-truck chicken. You are in a field of them, and you cannot. You're just sitting there like a Buddhist monk going 10 under, just sitting there like.
Kind of.
There's just no point. There's no point getting into the left lane. What's gonna happen? You're gonna go 2 miles an hour faster just so you can
Yeah.
tailgate a semi truck. There's no point. There's no point. And so, yeah, I
That's
Hold on. One of the best parts of the tour, in my opinion, also was whenever Andy and Zach were arguing about whether Sony ruined Destiny 2.
yeah,
It was 45 minutes of just incredible back
which
and
I
forth.
took the amazing position of I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard
It
to
was
tell,
so
and it's hard to
good.
put blame there. Incredible,
It was
incredible,
so
really
good.
riveting stuff.
I love that. I
Yeah.
literally wrote that
We
in my
have-
journal.
we'd have the craziest discussions about completely random topics Like there was at least an hour-long debate on if Dunkin' was fast food, or and if Dunkin' is fast food, what else constitutes fast food? Like, is the Walmart deli a fast food shop? And it's like,
it's just some of the most awesome things you can discuss while you have 9 hours with nothing else to do.
with nothing else to do.
And that's you hear a lot of stories, I think, about people who like go crazy and don't want to talk to anybody else on after going on tour with them. You spend so much time hanging with people, but I think it's lucky that we are all pretty similarly inclined. Yeah, that we don't drive each other that insane.
Like we
don't drive each other that crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I had a thought, but it's like next time you guys should bring some mics and just record a podcast in the car.
In the car, I really was thinking about it.
Willow's road trip podcast.
I really was thinking about it. Like,
because that sounds like cool. I mean, those are all great podcasts. I'm gonna write those down. The Dunkin'
to discuss about Dunkin'. I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know that it's probably not fast food. Yeah, I'll let you know. I learned that. I did learn that. That probably it's not. So. It was a whole lot of fun though. Just kind of getting to hang out with people, and we haven't even really gotten much into the shows themselves, right? Just the kind of meta story around the
I mean, some of the bands, obviously. One person I wanted to ask you guys about, because he's a good friend of mine, who's a comedian, John Rollen.
Yeah, John Rollen.
How did you guys get hooked up with him?
You remember White Rabbit?
Oh, okay.
Remember when they used to host the open mics? That's where I found him. And I was like, oh my God. Bands in like the 80s and 90s, if they didn't have another band fill out the bill, they would bring comedians. So I was like, let me get John, because I think John's funny.
He's awesome. He's definitely one of the
funny dude.
Comics.
Super dry. You have to kind of. I think if you like the UK version of The Office, then you really will really like it. It's the kind of like comedy where you like look and some people are like off-put by it, but you have to be in it. You have to be really like, I'm in it. I like it. I like the sort of like stilted, intentionally like.
It's like dark humor is what it is. Definitely his
it can be.
There's like a way of cadence and of delivery that you can just tell when a comedian is trying to do the awkward comedian kind of thing, and that's I think what he's doing. Though this would come off as a really terrible insult. He's not trying to do that. So that would be bad. But I think he is.
He's a good friend. He's been featured on. I mean, we've had him on this show several times over the years. But he was on. It was the beginning of the year, maybe February or March. We had him on, and he had mentioned you guys going on this tour with you guys like. Is it like Pineapple Willows? Like, that's crazy. So I've been meaning to ask you about that since then.
I met him at White Rabbit, and God, I miss White Rabbit.
That was a great place. It was very good.
But
I still text Paul.
Really?
He lives in Florida.
Oh, wow.
I miss him, though.
Good for him.
So I kind of wanted to move on. I mean, unless there was anything else that you guys wanted to mention about the tour. I mean, obviously, we didn't really talk too much about the venues, the shows, but
I think one venue that I do want to talk about at the very least, I think was Spirit Stage
in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I think Spirit Stage in Albuquerque was my favorite show that we did.
Gorgeous place.
Really, first off, Albuquerque itself is amazing. Really liked Albuquerque. Definitely the most to look at out of everywhere that we went to. Kansas City was really nice looking. So.
Arkansas is pretty.
That's true. Yeah. Actually, it was really just
Arkansas
Kansas.
as a state. It was really pretty.
And Denton was cool. Honestly, it really was just Kansas, wasn't it? It really was just Kansas. But the Spirit Stage, I think our most unique show, because that was one that we were paying to rent the place more so than it was like a venue that was hosting us. So we had a lot of freedom to do kind of whatever we wanted to.
That's cool.
Oh, and we made that money back though.
As
soon as we walked on stage, like 20 people flocked in. Nice. It was like, holy shit.
A lot of
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I guess that's one question I should have asked was like, how was the kind of attendance at each one?
It varies kind of. A lot of times especially as a smaller band, I think you're riding on the other people having a good crowd, because you're not going to have an audience in some of these places. But I think we had a pretty healthy audience for
a first time tour.
For a first time tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if not, I think Zach came to the realization, or said it out loud. It made a lot of sense. That a lot of the times you're not really doing it for the audience size as much as you are to hang out with kind of other bands.
Yeah, and get network a little bit.
Network with them. Are there more cost-effective ways to network?
Yeah.
Probably. But
but
that was a great side effect of it. Is that we did get to make a lot of friends in different spots.
Right.
And so I think
like
if there's anything to be said for it. And for early band touring, is that, and also just the experience of going on tour is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, and our costumes, man.
Oh yeah.
That's
That
true.
was-
Everyone liked those.
We're not going to
Everyone
be
except
wearing
for
those after
us.
this year, so everybody get as many
Yeah.
pictures as you can, because
Everyone
that was
except for
hot in
Yeah.
those suits.
Everyone
after
except for
That
us.
could be a
They're
winter
like-
time thing.
Yeah, they're like very very thick
Yeah.
velour,
Yeah, right.
sort of like velvet suit
So we were
jumpsuits.
dripping sweat,
And they were dense. They were definitely made for like cooler weather,
Yeah.
and every place we went to was at least 85 to 90 degrees.
Right. You guys
and
should have like you should come up with a summer version of your uniform.
so
where it's like the same colors, but then your tank top and shorts. And
basketball
I need
shorts
that.
and
we
jerseys.
had the idea. We were floating around ideas for like what our sort of look would be for the album a while back, and one of the ideas we floated was like the same sort of like suit and swimsuit look that they had in the music video. That I feel like that would have been a lot more effective in the heat.
For keeping your heat off.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
But then, you can always do the
I always liked that one,
jumpsuits in the
too.
winter and then switch
Yeah.
back and forth.
I think the swim trunks and like
I like
dressy
that.
top is pretty fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I think why I like Spirit Stage so much was just number one, playing in a place that was really different. But what we got to do afterwards, we got to do like an improv session with the first act. So we went around and asked all of the acts if they wanted to do it at the end. But I think only really one of them could. And we got to do like an improv section over one of our existing songs. We did it over Amina.
And she soloed.
Yes,
It was so fun.
SG, and
awesome.
it was super
badass.
cool. It worked because she was like a jazz fusion like jam band. So it's like they didn't know how to play over Amina. They didn't know how to play with that.
It's 2 chords.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and I think that really was the reason why I think it was my favorite. That, and there's just a good crowd, and it was a lot of fun.
So in that venue, it's like a venue that anybody could do stuff at.
Yeah.
You just
Like,
rent it out.
The guy
Contact
who
them.
ran the sound owns the place. His
Nice.
wife decorated the whole inside, and
It's
it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
It was a
on the
gorgeous
inside.
place. Yeah.
And got
It was
candles everywhere. It was a very intimate show.
Yeah, I think I definitely saw some of the video from that on your Instagram.
It
earlier.
was a really really cool show.
Yeah, I'm always sad we didn't get any video of the improv
Yeah, that
section.
would've been cool.
That would have been cool. That was a lot of fun, and something that I would like to try to do more of if we run the show and there's time afterwards, because a lot of times you don't get that opportunity.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
To do it, because
absolutely.
People got to go home.
Yeah, it sounds like
at the end of like a
definitely sounds
shift
like
or
a kind of a special, unique thing that it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I got the idea. Tommy Manuel does that with his opening acts. Is he does like at the end of his stuff, he does like a thing with it. So I had the idea to do it, and it worked out well. I was really happy about that.
Awesome. Cool. So I guess we're kind of been going for a little while. We're kind of coming to the end of the podcast, but there's always some questions I like asking everyone. Kind of a little bit more serious stuff.
Okay.
But like one big question I like to ask people is like, what's the biggest challenge that you think you've had to face so far as a group, or maybe individually as musicians, or whatever you can think of? Anything come to mind? I mean, I know that I can probably think of some. Just
I mean, as a
knowing.
band, learning our conflict resolutions.
Okay, yeah. As
Like
a group,
we've actually done really well with our conflict resolution. At least I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think we get in too many fights.
We really
Yeah,
don't.
there's
None
always
that
gonna be
involve me punching anybody.
Real, like it's not like the
Conflict
police where they want
resolved.
to fight all the time. It's like we
Right.
we negotiate pretty well.
I think, but yeah, there's always going to be some kind of conflict or some ideas. Like one person's going to have an idea, and then the other
Yeah,
one's like, which
yeah,
one
that's-
are you going to go with?
That's definitely happened
So it's
before.
like,
Yeah.
But figuring that out is a big thing.
And we always have.
Yeah. Without getting anyone's feelings hurt.
Yeah. I think if there's anything that, or if there's an issue that I think it's like finding out how we want to manage our social media.
Yeah.
It's like if we're looking at like specific issues, is how we're gonna do that. I think everyone has it. Show me a person, I'll show you somebody who needs help with their social media.
That's the hardest thing, because I've been running that for the past 5 years, and I'm not a social media mogul. I'm on it all day, but I don't have a degree in marketing or business, so I've had to just kind of learn as I go along.
I think that's the thing about all of the marketing, because I talk about this a lot with comedians, everyone, that's like we're all in this boat of like, how do you market yourself? And what I've found out is that like there is no right or wrong answer for I mean, there's like you have to try stuff, and something might work for someone and it won't work for someone else, and it's like you never know,
and there's very little good advice to be given. Other than like be consistent. There's like it's hard to know what will work for one person versus what will not.
But that's what I think is.
So I think if we're looking for like a thing,
that's a good answer.
It would be our like managing social media, how we want to do that. It's still something that I think we think about, and how we're gonna like present and whatnot. I guess somewhat managed by stuff like this, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I like doing these because it is. I mean, helping. I'm trying to spread the word about people that I know that I think are really good and worth listening to. So hopefully, I'm sure people will check it out. From this. So that's a little bit of a help, I'm sure. Next question is like, what is it that drives you to continue creating and playing music? Like, I know it's sometimes a very thankless job.
The fact that I can't stop. I can't stop.
It's just the drive.
I've got so many songs on the back burner, and like I want to make these.
Yeah.
I can't stop because I want to make them.
It's like if you gave up, they would never get made.
I want to hear them come to fruition, because like hearing Rollen come to fruition. Time to See the Therapist, Waitress, all these songs. I'm like, oh my God, this is why I do it. Okay, now I can keep going.
So it's like every time you complete something, it's like a drive to like, okay, this is worth it.
I think for me, it's more of a question of like, I don't know what I do if I don't.
Right.
Like, it's like.
What an answer.
Like, it's not even something I really look for motivation for. It's something that I do because that's what I do. It's like, that's just what
part of you.
It's, asking me, why do you like to eat breakfast? Well, I mean, I do it because that's just part of my thing.
It's like you kind of need to.
It's like and so for me, it's just like, it's something that helps me keep my life in balance, and so I do it because I like doing it, but also just because that's, I'm sure maybe it's a similar thing for Zach, and really anybody who started young, it's like we do it.
That's like such a big part of you if you started as a child.
Yeah, exactly. You started as a kid, and you're like, well, I don't know what life is like if I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why I do have such an easier time of it's like I haven't played in like 2 years, basically, it's like, and I will again. It's like I've still got all my shit, don't worry. But it's like I've been focusing on other stuff. But I didn't start playing until I was like 17, 18. I was like very late, much later in my life when it's like with you, it's like I didn't really ever think I was going to be a musician growing up. I was like, I always think I liked music and I appreciated it, but it was really Nick Campbell, who's normally on this podcast, that like he was the one that was like, I'm gonna be a rock star in like since the day we met, and like
hell yeah,
and like I kind of just was like, okay, I'll get a bass, let's start a band.
Why not?
I think there is a lot of merit in learning instruments when you're older. I think people oversell. They oversell how. The only reason why like kids get to learn it younger is because they just have more time.
Right.
But
they have more time, but it's also like it's such a complex skill, and generally just complex skills are a lot harder to learn whenever you're older.
Adult, for sure.
And
And kids are so curious, and
it's just
their
malleable.
reward system when they play an instrument versus when I'm learning piano, I'm like, fucking god damn it.
I think adults have more capacity for just sitting down and going through it, right? Kids,
you're able to focus better a little.
Kids,
I think
need like motivation to do it. They need like a reward.
True,
Or at least I was
you
like
work
this.
with kids.
you had to be promised
kids,
a dog.
I had to be promised a dog to do it. So like kids need some sort of idea that like because it's a lot of delayed gratification for a couple of years. You're not getting anything out of it.
My first guitar teacher hated me for that.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, I just wouldn't practice because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And I would just not practice, and he would like to practice.
And so, like, adults will do that easier. They will, like, okay, well, never wants their money. Never wants their money. So they will, well, I want to get my use out of it. So I think, a lot of people kind of oversell. I think it's like a brain people think that, like, kids are able to learn it better, but I really just think it's a function of time. That kids just have more time to do it and less other things happening for them to not do it.
They're not thinking about having to pay bills and do all this junk, go to work.
At least hopefully not.
Yeah.
Child labor.
For sure.
Yeah.
So Zach, what's your biggest drive to play?
I'm a performer at heart.
That's just.
I mean, I used to be in acting classes and acting clubs. I have always enjoyed being on a stage in one form or another, be it solo with a group, with a choir, and
that's definitely something that
the showmanship is something that's just like part of me.
That's awesome.
It's so innate to me. It's like a different switch gets toggled whenever I'm on a stage. It's like I'm just natural.
Real as hell.
And that's not to toot my own horn.
Right.
But it's just something. It's like a muscle that needs to be flexed.
That's awesome. I definitely feel that with the performance aspect. That's the reason why that kept me going for so long, because there's nothing like being
Playing
on a
on a
stage.
stage.
No, really.
That's
It's
another
like-
thing that motivates us coming back to the stage.
Yeah, that's definitely would be my answer. Like I said, I haven't been on a stage in a long time, but like still it becomes very addicting, and you're like, as soon as you get off, you're like, I can't wait to do that again.
It's part of the reason why I want to be a music tech so badly.
Yeah, so
that I'm always part of the stage.
That's something that I'm now, like I'm on stages all the time, or it's like, or I'm on right off stage with the camera. Like, I'm like a part of the action so much, and I've gotten to know so many more performers, being a photographer and doing that side of it. So it's been a little different, but I do think I definitely want to get back up there before too much longer, because I think that's something that's missing in my life.
Whenever you, I remember a lot of the time in the space between NACO and Pineapple Willows. That was just not having that, because we basically broke up like right as the pandemic started.
Like around that time.
Like end of 2019.
Right.
And so I was like, I won't be performing. I don't know, maybe like if I go to college, then I'll do this or something like that. And then pandemic hit, and I was just doing nothing. I wasn't part of a band. I wasn't doing nothing. And to have the opportunity to be in something this awesome.
So this is the first thing you've been in since that group?
Since high school, yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed.
Yeah, I took lessons for a while, but I was never part of any of their clinics. I would do like a showcase every now and then.
I think when Dylan left, I think Zach was my first, because we played Roundabout together. We played Roundabout together.
Yeah, we did.
I finally got an opportunity to play the Roundabout in front of other people, which was pretty sick, and Zach was playing bass on it. And I remember having a lot of fun, and then I joined Pineapple Willows, and then Dylan left, and I think the first person I thought of was Zach to get him on board. I think, well, he would be such an easy fit. He's playing the bass, which is a big thing. Likes playing the bass, which
Not
is another
on
big thing. You don't have to convince him to not
Sing fantastically.
but also that when we were in NACO, that it was not just that he played guitar well, but also harmonization. And vocals
singing.
very well,
That's a big thing. I'm not a singer at all. I wish I was, or it's like I wish I had dedicated time towards that. But the thing about it, regardless, playing and singing together is very difficult.
It's an incredibly difficult
Especially
skill.
bass for
Yeah,
whatever
You
reason.
may not be a singer, but you were Walter White. Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I was incredibly blessed to have such passionate
Right.
choral teachers
whenever
throughout
you're growing up
all of
with
my
that.
school years. Like I had, like in elementary school, I had an amazing teacher. We called him Mr. Bob. He unfortunately passed away quite some time ago, but he really lit a fire under me for music, and it was truly amazing. And then throughout middle school, Mrs. Rubrick, and in high school, of course, I went to Norman North. So the great Steven Ziegler and Jacob Gonzalez, amazing teachers. Truly, the passion they have for their craft is unbelievable, and they taught me so much. I hope to be as great as them one day. You know what I mean?
I wanted to ask, I know, would y'all ever consider teaching music, or have
I
you?
do right now.
Yeah.
He literally does.
Yeah,
Already.
Yeah, I teach at Norman Music Institute now.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
kind of like if you shopped at Walmart for long enough, and one day they're like, "You can get behind the counter, though, right?
Yeah.
You know how this like works." and so yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And so I think I started like 2 or 3 years ago
Okay.
playing teaching there, but I've been doing. They do student showcases where like students will get up and instructors have to learn the song, and oftentimes instructors don't want to do it, so they'll outsource help from people who are like students in anything that they need help with. So I did a lot of that earlier, and then I still do it.
Yeah.
But then I started doing instructing because I did not like my food service job.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
I've been
fair.
playing drums for long enough,
Yeah.
and I have a good enough rapport here. I think I'm not gonna do this anymore.
I always think, because that's something I've been thinking about a lot, is trying to get into that. I've thought about it forever. I just never, because it's like, I don't know. It would be tough for me to like teach somebody that was any kind of intermediate or advanced stuff, because I'm just like, I'd say I'm a good bass player, but it's like I'm not.
Well-
I don't have the musical knowledge to really incorporate. But it's like I could teach somebody that's brand new. That's kind of easy.
That's a lot of the people who I have.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you'd be surprised how much you can teach intermediates as
Yeah.
well.
I mean,
a
you
lot
can
of
teach
intermediates
something, I'm sure,
are
'cause
people who like they have like you can tell kind of what is
Right.
happening, where they need to improve.
Yeah, because-
even if you're not perfect on it yourself, you can look at it and be like, okay,
That's what I think
And,
is
and there are a
like-
bunch of great books out there
Right.
that really help.
But like being a
lot of that.
teacher, I think you'd mentioned this earlier too, was like you see someone, it's like, because obviously it's different. It's like you can go on YouTube and teach. That's what I did. I taught myself all kinds of stuff, but nobody can like point back at me and be like, oh, you need to do this a little differently.
Yeah.
Whereas a teacher is like somebody's there
Yes.
watching you.
Yeah.
And it can help you.
Keeps kids accountable to, or people, just anybody. I think that's important for kids, is that somebody is there and they know when you haven't done what you need to do.
Yeah.
And like you can tell, every kid out there.
Yeah, accountability.
You can really tell that when they do, it's really special. A lot of kids get like kind of told to play music by their parents. Sometimes some parents view it as like extra special babysitting kind of, where like it's not good babysitting. You don't want to babysit your kids like that,
still, it's
because
like-
it's very expensive for just 30 minutes a week. But a lot of kids view it like that, or like parents that are hoping that their kid will be like a prodigy. It's a slow build. It takes like 2 or 3 years before you get anything out of it.
Yep.
But when you get out of it, like those 2 or 3 years are gonna go by anyway.
Yeah.
You know, your kids are
Yeah.
either they will have learned it or they will not have. And after 2 or 3 years, I think a lot of students get a lot of their maximum value from a teacher from 2 to 3 years. I think it's really important to hop between teachers.
Yeah.
I think it's important not to stay on the same one. unless you're learning from, the drummer from Billy Joel or something like that.
Yeah.
If you're learning from like someone really, really crazy, then hey, you know what?
Yeah, learning
take
from
everything you can.
Learning from Neil Peart himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Rest in peace.
If you have an Ouija board and you're talking to John Bonham through it, then you should do that. But other than that, like most people out there have a lot of great things to learn about, and there's so much of it out there that you should teach your hop. You should. There's in 2 to 3 years is long enough to get a rapport with somebody. And
there's something about I've always liked playing with other musicians, not as like a teacher relationship or whatever, but just I've learned so much from playing with every musician I've ever played with and different things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like playing with Josh, I feel like I've learned so much, like just playing with him because of his style and. You develop a style that matches someone else's style, or just like everyone. I mean, that's how I've always learned and developed my stuff is just by playing with other musicians.
Let me tell you my answer.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you guys ever would consider teaching. No, no, for Zach.
No.
No, because I don't think I'm qualified because I was never formally trained.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel
but
too.
if someone asked me, then I'd consider it.
Yeah, it's like
But other than that, I'm not throwing my hat in the ring.
That, especially maybe because I'm older, it's like I'm almost 40, so it's like I'm at that point where it's like I do feel like I can teach the younger people because it's like once you've lived so long, it's like you do feel like okay, now I feel like I have something to pass on. But I do think maybe in like 10 years you'll probably feel that way too. Where it's like, especially like I said, if somebody's brand new, never picked up a guitar before, you could teach them some stuff.
I could probably teach, if I did teach anything, I could probably teach singing because I was in choir.
That's a good
back
idea,
in
actually.
Senior year of high school, and I was really good at sight reading. So that's about as far as I could go. Guitar wise, no. I feel unqualified.
I really think the most important thing you can do in the first 2 years of teaching someone is just like instill in them a want to keep playing after 2 years.
Good habits.
Yeah,
too.
it's like to instill like, hey, you want to keep playing after the first year.
Yeah.
Because the first year is when a lot of people will either stop playing or they will like kind of zombie their way through practice where it's
That's
like
true.
after a few months.
Just inspire them with eruption every time. I
Every
want to
time-
give up.
Every
I'm like, all
time
right.
my students are like, hey, you know what? Can we try to play something else other than Roundabout? I say, you're not inspired enough. Say, you
like,
clearly, you haven't understand their genius yet. One more time.
You don't know music. You have terrible taste. Okay, so those are really good answers, especially because, like I said, I've been considering that, trying to do some of that. So
You'd be able to
I'm
do it.
interested, but
I think you
to
should.
talk about it with other people some more. But anyways, so thanks for that. We talked about John Wallen and his comedy. Would you guys ever consider trying stand-up comedy?
I've actually done that before.
Yeah?
I have. It was like an open mic comedy night a while ago. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Where
was it, at your school or something?
It was by OU.
Yeah.
I don't remember the place.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Was it like Othello's or like an actual open mic, or was it at the college?
It was like a. I don't remember.
Othello's, the Italian restaurant, is like one of the only real, open mics.
It was
It's
like
still
a
going.
half open poetry night and half open comedy nights. Where some people were doing open comedy and some people weren't.
That's-
I was
that's
invited
Oklahoma.
and I was an English major,
You're
so
right.
so like I know a lot of the people who would
The
run that
poets.
sort of thing, and so I showed up to help support
Yeah.
them, and I was bored.
Slam poetry.
Not because of the poetry, just because I was like, I'm looking for
So
something
what did you do? Did you have anything written, or did you just
I
freestyle?
thought about a story or two
Okay.
and went out there and told it. I mean, a part of being a musician really does gear you. Gives you
it's
the.
like you've been on a stage before, so
yeah,
you're
and,
probably over that stage fright a little
doing
bit.
it since like 10.
Yeah.
You really do get a pretty strong will against it. Like you're, it not for everything, but for just talking in front of people, it's you're gonna be able to do it pretty well. So, Yeah, I did it before, and I would not do it again. I did get really lucky. I had a really awesome crowd, and they were really nice
they
people.
enjoyed it.
I think I had a good story to tell, but I would become like that, like a one-trick pony pretty quick. If I didn't have another person to talk to up there, I think I would do better as a duo, maybe.
I'm about as funny as a wet sock. That's a no for me.
No comedy. Yeah, but you've done some actings and everything, have you? But comedy is not a thing.
See,
You need a script.
I need a script.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really bad with.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad with improvisation, which is hilarious considering I play like tabletop role playing games.
Okay.
But in terms of like me being on a stage.
By
me
yourself,
being
too.
one of the only people on a stage. Like I can riff off of another person on a stage.
Right.
Then I can kind of ignore the audience. If it's just me isolated up there, and I'm going to fall apart.
No, that's definitely usually the answer. I just like asking that because I do believe that anyone can do it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Stand-up
not like,
comics are hella brave, in my opinion.
It's
Going
hard. It's not easy.
Yeah,
but,
that is a much harder
That's a
thing
hard-
to do.
But it is. I mean, because I've
Shout
never
out.
done it myself. I mean, I've thought about it, but it's just like that's not something that I want to be. You
Yeah,
know
the
what I mean?
wit's
Like,
not here. You're the rhythm.
Like, so I mean, I like playing music on the stage, but you know, I do believe that I could if I really put some effort into it and try it. But I do think that it is like a giant step to like doing it a few times before you ever get comfortable at least. So it's like, or you know, to even get, but it is like scary to even consider.
To kind of harken back to what I said.
Yeah.
It's a muscle that needs to be flexed. Yeah.
So it's like that is usually the answer I get is
Absolutely.
like no. But I always like asking that, especially because, like I said, we have a lot of comics and fans of comedy that watch these podcasts. So, anyways, so that's kind of I guess all. I guess one more kind of serious question about like maybe for the group or individually. But what does success look like to you guys, or what does like the future hold for
Success is Pineapple Willows?
or like individually or for a group?
$1 billion.
Yeah, right. Making money.
10 billion.
A Grammy or a Grammy nomination.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
like
think that
the
would be
ultimate goal. I mean,
the
for
thing.
sure, yeah.
Because
That'd
then
be
we
huge.
could say Grammy, at least say Grammy nominated band Pineapple Willows. I'm
Right.
like, yeah, you better fucking
Yeah.
believe it.
Like, even if you don't win, being nominated is still an honor.
still-
5-time nominated band Pineapple Willows. Yeah, 5 times nominated in your face.
Who was nominating them?
Five times nominated band. Oh, who won all of the others? Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
I would consider this band successful even if we didn't get that,
Right.
just because.
I mean, I think that it's like being on a tour. I mean, that's success right there.
I think it's hard to measure success in numbers
right.
for bands of this caliber.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It also, I think Pineapple Willows really stands for resilience at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
what
sure.
makes us
Yeah,
successful
definitely
and
on your end,
special.
for sure.
Because I'm pretty sure there's a few people who would wish that we would fade away. And they don't know me. I don't fucking give up like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
Y'all don't give up like that either.
You know, like, I think whether I would consider it successful or not, to me, is kind of not really relevant. Whether it failed or the only way that it could fail is if we just simply stopped playing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you know, I guess to harken back to my answer, like earlier about why I keep doing it, I do it because this is what I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, like, whether it's successful or not would be cool. I mean, I guess what I would consider success would just be if I'm still having fun with it.
Yeah.
if it's still a good time, and then it's time worth investing.
Yeah.
Even if it's just with 2 guys in a room and we're
and
just
you're just
playing
jamming and
nothing.
having fun. Yeah.
Yep.
Then I think that itself is worthwhile. It's worth the time to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a hobby that I would like. I don't think anything else beats it in terms of spending money for it. Like, I would gladly spend money on this hobby much more than I would spend money on any other hobby.
Yeah.
that I have.
Real.
So, like, I think it's something you get to keep with you for a long time, and
Because it's more like the experience too. I mean, it's like you could spend the same amount of money on like a really sick PC setup and have the biggest, best gaming monitors and all that stuff. But it's like, that's so empty. It's like you sit in your room. I mean, it's, I love video games. I'm a gamer, so it's like there's a lot of value.
I blame the PC industry for the gooners.
But it's just like...
There's a lot of people to blame for that. It's like the Ouroboros eating itself.
I'm totally kidding, by the way.
But I just mean, like, I think when you spend your money on your equipment and your drums and your gear, and it's like you get to take that out into the world and be a part of the world.
It's our art,
Yeah, making art and making something for yourself.
Yeah, and so like when it comes down to like the tour and stuff, like would I rather spend my money on doing a tour versus would I rather spend my money doing any other of my hobbies? I would much rather do it, spending a tour, hanging out with people who I like hanging out with, doing stuff that I like to do. And other people, maybe they play golf, or maybe they do, play basketball. They spend money on basketball. They spend money on
or MMA and Muay Thai classes. Everyone's got their thing.
Yeah, and so like I would rather it. I like that mine is this. I like that mine is this. Even though,
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. I guess, did you answer to what does success look like to you, Zach?
I mean, yeah. Like I said, it's hard to measure. I mean, I just echo a lot of what Andy said. Like it's for me, like, I have a connection to video games because it connects me with friends that I have maybe across the country or across the world. Yeah. But I mean, there truly is nothing like creating with people you enjoy.
Yeah.
And it's something I love.
Wow, what's the one?
The
small one. Wow, how beautiful.
Those are great answers for sure.
Everybody started clapping.
I like those answers.
No, sorry, not for your answer, but just because
I like that. I like that question because everybody's answer is different too. Yeah. So it's like, I think it's, because we all have to figure out what success means for us because, that's something that's personal. It's like you said, it's hard to measure in numbers, unless somebody's only goal is to make money. Some people only, want to do this to make a living, which I think is, fine. It's admirable, but
we're going to walk past all those pop stars and I'm at the Grammys and I'm just going to be like, make the dumbest faces.
If you're in it for the money, then you've got a long road ahead of you.
It's tough.
There's a lot of people who you just should find a career it's something else.
I think it's something about all of this. I think it's with comedy or music or whatever. It's like I think the ultimate goal for a lot of people is to figure out how to turn it into your livelihood, how to pay your bills with it. Yeah. And it's like not necessarily become the Red Hot Chili Peppers or something insane, but just how to, but that's so hard even to make a full-time living doing art is almost impossible.
To be honest, I don't even want to have music be my full-time living. Like there's so many other things I'd like to do with my life. Yeah. But having a good steady stream from music would be fine too.
Yeah. For sure.
So,
that'd
be fun. But there's, I think, a lot of work still for us as a society that needs to be done for artists to be able to pay them what they're worth. So hopefully that'll come one day.
And it's unfortunate because, we benefit so much from having so many awesome artists.
Yeah, for sure.
Society as a whole really does benefit from the fact that people are willing to go out there and lose everything and maybe move to places that wouldn't help them.
Sacrifice so much to do it.
Yeah, I see that a lot in my friends in the film realm and my friends in English, and it's a lot of people in English departments are not going to be. They're going to go on. They want to be authors or they want to be poets and stuff, and we as a society get to benefit from that, and also they have to take on so much more risk than we have to, than everyone else. I guess I guess we are kind of included in that.
Oh
a
yeah,
little bit.
we could get public scrutiny at any time.
We're really cool for that, guys. We're putting ourselves really at risk.
I do think it. I do think of that because I had a friend that was I played with a little bit, and she's a piano player. But she used to say one time she told me she felt so selfish about because also she has like children and stuff like that, a family. But it's like you feel selfish for like taking that time to, she felt like she was taking that for herself. But I was like, and I remember saying that, and I was like, I think it's the opposite. It's like you're giving something to the world that wouldn't be there otherwise,
Yeah.
And who knows who's going to hear that and be inspired and continue on. And
Imagine how many people couldn't have gone on with life without hearing "You Ought to Know" by Alanis Morissette. We needed that.
But yeah. Anyways, I guess we've been going for a little while. I don't want to keep y'all any later. It's late here now, but this has been really great.
Yeah.
I love chatting with y'all and talking about your music. And everyone, definitely check out For the Gayze, streaming everywhere. You can buy it on Bandcamp. You can get the vinyl. Check out Pineapple Willows Official on Instagram and pineapplewillows.net for everything else.
And don't forget to follow Rhythm and Wit.
Oh, yeah.
Rhythm and Wits.
Thank you again,
us.
David.
Yeah, follow Rhythm and Wit, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will see you next time.
Oh,
Bye.
goodbye.
Awesome.